Battle of Adwa. Before the guns thundered, before the mountains echoed with war, there stood a king, and beside him a queen. They were not simply rulers. They were defenders of a continent, the cause of the war. In 1889, Italy claimed Ethiopia had agreed to become its protectorate under the Treaty of VEDIO, but there was deception in the translation. Italy declared Ethiopia its colony. Menelik refused. Taidu tore the treaty apart. War became inevitable. Across Africa, European powers were dividing lands during the scramble for Africa, but Ethiopia would not kneel. The gathering of an army. Menelik did not stand alone. From every province, warriors answered his call. Over 100,000 Ethiopians assembled. Ras Makonnen, regional lords, cavalry commanders, riflemen. Modern weapons arrived from France and Russia. Hotchkiss guns stood ready. Women, mobilized by Empress Taidu, fighters, medics, supporters. She herself commanded thousands, 5,000 infantry and 600 cavalry. This was not just an army, it was a united nation, the battlefield. March 1st, 1896. Near the town of ADWA, the land was unforgiving. Steep mountains, narrow passes, broken ground. Perfect for those who knew it, deadly for those who did not. Across the hills stood 17,000 Italian troops under General Oreste Baratieri, uniformed, artillery positioned, confident, but confidence is not strategy. The battle begins. Dawn, the Italians marched 20 miles through the night, splitting into 4 brigades. Their maps were poor, their communication failed, their units became isolated in the mountains. Ethiopian. Scouts saw everything. Menelik waited. Then he unleashed the storm. From higher ground, waves of rifle fire rained down. Hotchkiss artillery thundered. Cavalry charged across the ridges. By mid-morning, hand to hand. Combat consumed the hills. Bayonets clashed with spears, rocks and steel, dust and blood. Italian ammunition ran low. Brigades fell one by one. By noon, the center collapsed, the route. The mountains had spoken, Africa had answered, the role of Taidu. October 1896, Italy signed the Treaty of Addis Ababa. Italy recognized Ethiopian sovereignty. The protectorate claim was withdrawn. Italy's prime minister resigned. Riots erupted in Rome. Ethiopia remained independent. Impact on Africa. ADWA was more than a battle. It was a message that European armies were not invincible, that unity could defeat empire. Across the diaspora, leaders like Marcus Garvey would later draw inspiration from Ethiopia's victory. ADWA became a symbol of African resistance, a beacon of sovereignty, a spark for future anti-colonial movements. Finally, on March 1st, 1896, in the highlands of ADWA, an African nation defended its freedom, not with surrender, but with unity, and the world would never see Africa the same way again.